Welcome back to Captain of Industry. My name is Nilaus, and we are here with another episode, another installment, and we have so many things to do. I've let it run for a little bit, and you can see our beautiful meat train here is almost full. It's a little bit weird that that only half of it can be unloaded in one place, so that's really odd. You'd think that one wagon could unload to both locations, but it can't. It's basically whatever. That is fine. What we're going to do today is we are going to do a lot of sort of small things that make the base look much nicer together. We are going to be getting some better oil because we actually have hidden a concern here. There's only 11,000 oil here, and clearly we're using it, so we need to have a better supply of oil. This oil here is coming from a mine, and this mine out here, this one, is actually taking 2 Unity. That's way too much. So we're going to do a contract instead. Then we're going to be fixing improving this train system here, because like this one is not so bad, but it is these ones. Oh, okay, it's not so bad, but I want to be making this a little bit better so that we can get bigger trains and we can unload faster over here if needed. So that's another thing. Also, we built the bridge here, but it doesn't really have a purpose. So I kind of think that maybe we should also give it a purpose. The only thing that I can really see that there's a purpose to out here is that uranium deposit, because we don't have uranium anywhere else on the map. And well, if we get this, so what I could do is I could set up some little location here that starts sort of mining and landfilling over here with a few spare big trucks and big dump trucks as well, excavators and dump trucks. So there's lots of things to do. I'd also like to do some waterfront office. Maybe that's something we should do first, because that's kind of a fun thing. There's a new feature here, an office, and it's weird. They come in 3 different sizes. So one with 250, one with 300, and one with 1000. That basically just takes the population and just goes like, poof, you're gone. You're now not doing anything else. And that is a big building. We're going to do with 500, because we also have the ship, and the ship can be unloaded as well. And yeah, we got food now, so that should be fine. Can I flip it? Yes, I can. I'll build it right there. Right, it can't go further. No. This is like a beautiful place for it. Like, look at this. This is exactly where you'd want to have an office building. At least that's where the office buildings usually get placed, at least around the Copenhagen area. So what we need is we need some office supplies, and I'm not really going to take this too seriously, because there's only 4 office supplies for this building. Once we have like hundreds of these, well, probably not hundreds of these, but when we have more, then we'll deal with it in a different way. But right now, we just want to make a little bit of this, and then we're going to go here and then see what office supplies are like. They're down here. They need, so apparently in an office you need paper. Yes, you need some glass rocking chairs, and you need some electronics. Okay, and that will be only 1/3 of this that I actually need. So like 2 paper and less than 1, and then a little bit more than 1 here. So this is not a big deal. But we're going to get it, and I'm actually not going to get it inbound with boxes here. I'm just going to let them come in, because it's not really much throughput here. And we're just going to get it in here. And then we're going to get out, because it'll also produce some recycling. So we'll just get this little recycler set up there and put that in next to it. There. That should actually be it. Except, I mean, this one and this one we can just pick up. But the paper we can't pick up. But we do have paper produced here. So we just kind of hack it a little bit. It's a little bit of a hack, this one. That one. And if we do this, then we should get some paper slowly flowing in here. It won't be much. And if we look at it, then we can see here, this is producing 12, and each of these are consuming 4. So that should be an excess of 4 remaining. That excess of 4 is more than we need over here. Low concrete. That's interesting. Oh, because I've been paving over this area. Just make the harbor front a little bit nicer. And haul truck destination. That's always because they are mountaineering. Yes, they are always mountaineering. This is so annoying that they keep climbing up there. I mean, I know they're not climbing up there. I know that they dig something, and then the mountain collapses on them, and then they sort of get pushed up, and then suddenly they're on top of the ravine. But That kind of sucks. You shouldn't be complaining about anything to find a destination. It's just because you don't have any place to go. Good. That's fine. So this we can just make because that should be fine. And then we'll see as soon as it goes in. We lose a 500 population. We should keep that in mind. We actually want to increase the population to around 5,000. No more than that. And once this is made, then we can see... Oh, we can actually see it in here. We will get some points. We'll get 500 points, I think, because one for every population or office worker. And then we can use it for these cool upgrades, which is super amazing way of doing it. I think that's a nice way of sort of having your excess population do something useful. -2 goods and services. Goods and services? I wonder if that's only from the population. That's probably just the population part. Food consumption would be nice. Missing office supplies. Once we get the office supplies, it should be fine. This one is coming in. Yeah, we're getting the office supplies. So once we see that, we should see that we now have... Yes. We should get this. Focus points granted by... There we go. So we get 500 there, and then we can boost the computing or something else if we have that, but we don't. So, what would we like today? There's so many things. This is a great way to live. If you look at it, for example, like this, we can go up to 5. That will get us... That spends 250 points here. Okay. But we still have excess points. So we could get like... this is really expensive. It's funny. Like 2% is not very expensive, but +1 now is 175 additional. That's a lot. And if I do that, then the next one would be 275. Okay, so food consumption is really expensive. What about this one? Truck capacity. That's not so expensive. There we can go all the way up to level 5, which gives us 12.5 extra truck capacity. That's really nice. I like that. I think we'll go with this one for now. We might also get... Let's actually look at crop yield if we feel that we're running out of things. There we can go up to level 6. I dislike this way. Like, it's so confusing, it's intransparent. It should be like the same amount of points you spend for each, but then the bonus would be tuned so that it made sense, in my opinion. But whatever. Let's see, for example, we now have used 450 points, but then we can go like, we can also just get like 2.5% more truck capacity. Whatever. Or a little bit of research capacity or something. So, I don't know. It's Unity from Settlements. There's some good things here. But 500 people, it's not like super essential for us to do this. Crop yield, yeah, I don't want crop yield, by the way. I want truck capacity. There we go. So we spent 500 points and we get 12.5% extra. That means the trucks can now carry 88. That is a lot. That's great. We have a Waterfront office. That was great to work. Now the next one I want to do is I want to set up a new contract. Yeah, okay, it's going to take a little while. We're going to be setting up a big one because this is going to be a massive build. Or it's not a massive build, but it's going to be running for a long time. And why is this not working? Oh, it is green. It's just kind of weird. Let's see. I wanted 4 tiles in. This is 4 tiles, right? Yes, it is. Good. So what is this going to do? This will do... I'm only going to use medium modules. Why medium modules? Because this is not for neither storage nor throughput constraint. Here, these medium modules. 1, 2. It just happens to be that I know that this is where... this is how much I need. Because if I look at this, I want to sign a contract, and I want to sign this contract which says gold. So with this ship and this size, it's going to cost 12.6 Unity per ship delivery. And it's going to maintain like 0.3. But this is going to be a lot less than the 2 every second or every minute from the mine. And I'm going to use 442. But then I get 8,400 oil. Yummy. That is so juicy. I want that. Then we need to get it out, in and out of here. So we're going to get a storage box for gold. That one. We just need it inbound. I don't want to complain about it. If I don't... Well, the problem is that this can carry 500. And this one... can also carry it. Okay, it shouldn't. When it comes in, it'll be empty for a little bit, but it'll go out. Okay, and fluid storage, I want to just make that. I don't know. Let's make it. I think I have to make it here. Because these two. Nope, it's fine. There. So, no, it is not fine. Here. Because you need to go in here, and this one needs to merge into the same line. Then you go out here, and technically we could just throw the whole thing on one belt, on one pipe. But it's fine. And then, of course, this is going to be a little bit uneven. That's just the way it is. It's still going to be fine. Then I am going to get a pipe in here for this. And let's see, that is level... 5. Okay. Good. So we go from here. 5, and then I forget this part about that you can just hold shift and then it drags in a straight line. That's really neat. That one. And there. Good, so now we have everything we need. If we just fire this one up, that should be expensive, but it'll work. And this will be crude oil. And this will be, of course, complaining about the lack of gold, but we will get gold. Oh, by the way, we always do this one once in a while. We're up to 1.5k. Now, I want oil going back, and that is coming back on level 3. Right? Yes, 3. So I'm going to get it, and this needs to be a good belt, like a good pipe, really good pipe. Here, 1, 2, 3. Oh, come on. Who built that damn thing? Damn. Do you even... yeah, it's because I want to keep feeding this. Ah, well. I'm gonna have to remove it. That's too bad. Yeah. And then, of course, this is going to be a pipe 1. Now it's going to be a pipe 3. Let's build that as a pipe 3 going over here. Did I do this as a pipe 4? I did it as a pipe 4. Then you have to be a pipe 4 as well. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense. Good. And we'll also be getting this one. So the ship, is it coming in? What is it? What's the complaint about? Oh, no. Oh, it has no cargo ship. Oh, okay. Well, that's... we buy one. There you go. How much was that? It got a little bit more expensive. Now it gets a cargo ship. And this one will feed in 500. Then it'll be pouring in here. And then it'll get another 500. Pour it in here. So now the gold is coming in. Lower storage of gold. Mining. Ooh. Okay. That's interesting. These miners should then be going over here. There. I like that. Yes. Okay, low supply of gold. It's the same thing. It just keeps going. But the good news is here we have enough to start a full load. So we just go in here. I think this is going to bring in so much that I don't really need to do this. So it'll load. Did a high supply biomass? Weird. Okay, so this is also the gold. This is going to take a little bit of time. Lower supply of gold. We're going to see this pop up quite a lot, but it shouldn't be always. Right, so next little project, we also want to overhaul our trains, but I don't think that's as necessary yet, because if we look at this one, this is almost done. It'll go out to this location, so once it sort of finishes this curve, then this will be done, this tower, and then it's only these two. My concern is if this one is actually running full, then we are getting more in here than we can unload at any given time, and that's potentially a problem. Why are you not working? Oh, that's just waiting for a truck to come in here, right? Yes, the truck is coming in here with parts, so no worries. This train here is also driving back and forth all the time. And now it's just topping up on what is being consumed. I don't need this train to drive all the time. It could sort of be stuck in here until one of them is empty, but we'll keep it like this. Right. We're not going to overhaul this and also the trains yet because we don't really seem to be needing it, right? There's not really a large supply of rock anywhere that's kind of getting stuck. That's rock, okay. And yeah, this rock is easily handled, and also the ones out here is easily handled. So we don't need to update the trains yet. We can do that a little bit later. So what I want to do is actually I want to build something out here so we can get to that location. It's going to be a little bit of a nuisance because if we look at it, if I want to sort of cut out as little as possible of this tree, I know it's outside of the... I don't know if they can sort of go around here. Well, they probably can start cutting this one and then leaving this out. But they need to be able to landfill something, and obviously they should not landfill this area. Is this full of doodads and stuff here? Yeah, so I want this part to be mined so they can go out here, and then I can from somewhere dig down to level 5 and then head to that island. So this is what I've been built. I've sort of built this, and I'm sort of going down here and sort of making sure that I can cut this out. And then, yeah, I don't want to be leveling too much of this mountain, but I will need to later on also take a little bit more. So what are we going to assign? We're going to assign all the idle ones we have, which is way too many, like way too many. And we're going to assign all the idle ones we have here, but we'll probably also get a little bit extra because they're going to be busy. This is just assigning it here. Now, what else would we want here? Yeah, I know. Shut up. I wonder if they can even go on this one. So we can now define lanes here. Something that bothers me a little bit here is that I can't have 2 lanes going one way and 2 lanes going the other way. I'd have to do like this. Oh, we can. No, we can't. No. And then obviously we'd want tracks here later on for the other things, but not right now. So that would indicate that they can hopefully get there. Mega excavator can't reach. Oh, you can't get an excavator across a bridge. Oh, that's so stupid. Bridges are useless. Well, that was a good idea. Nope. I think there's actually a way to hack this. Because now I'm determined. How would I hack this? I would hack it by building one of these very expensive ones and then sort of reclaiming it to this one. There. If I build this one. Oh, this can't be built. Okay. I need to go to planning mode. But this one will now be built. I also want to make a fuel station out here because that's kind of important. Let's build that here. And that will get like a small truck. And I don't even need these trucks anymore. I could kill those. And then I just need a little oil deposit here. There. That one. Diesel. Yes, please. Notify empty. Build that. So the trucks can go over here. Can the mega trucks go here? Haul trucks? No, the big trucks can't go on bridges. Oh my god. That's kind of useless then to use bridges. Oh well, I can recover them to here, I think. So what I think I need to do is, I'm actually going to try it. If I do this, nearest depot. Okay, so if I pause this, and then I recover it to the nearest depot, where does it go? Ha! Gotcha. Alright, so let's move it like this. That just means that we get some points. So now I can recover all of these. And here we go. What a flurry of activity. One of them is already sort of getting stuck out here. It wants to go somewhere, but yeah. Okay, this is gonna go fast actually, because that's not a lot of driving time, and I don't have anything else here than stone and dirt, and I'll just drop it immediately here. So this should not be a problem. What are they doing? Oh, that... Really? Okay, but there's one truck here that should not be... Yeah, I guess this is like logistics zones area where I really should have you stay here. Like, where are you coming from? Oh, you're going in there. Yes. Okay, so it'll take some time for this one to sort of saturate and then be happy. But look at that. We have started on the next silly project. Right, so that's a silly project that keeps going. What about you? How are you doing? Oh, brilliant. Let me notify if this one drops below 50. So what I should be... Oh, well, the good news is that this pipe here is... as long as this pipe is still there and this is just ghostly, then I'm still using that crude oil. And I actually really want this to run out. So I'm gonna be doing this, and when it runs out, then I'm gonna activate it because I want this to run out first. And then actually, couldn't I go over here and say, that's confusing. There is that one. I'm gonna prioritize the inbound coming from over here. That should be better. So we want to use this up, the crude oil reserves on the planet, just so we can free up the resources. Cool. That was one more project. Next project. This, by the way, is being dug out, and then after it's being dug out, then I'm gonna landfill it again with dirt. I know that some people can say like, yeah, you can do it in a smarter way, but every time I do it in a smarter way, I end up messing it up. So I'm gonna do it very carefully, just first scraping off the top layer, then putting dirt there, so I don't mess it up, because I have a tendency to do that. Some episodes ago, I built this beautiful thing here. This is just importing sugar canes. And we're not using the sugar canes for anything, but sugar canes are actually really good. They are, if you have them in high quantity, they are amazing. Like sugar canes into sugar, sugar into ethanol, and ethanol into medical supplies. Great, we want to do that. But we don't want to, yeah, that's what we want. If we do this, if we look at it here, ethanol, the only other way to make ethanol is by corn mash. And you can see it's more efficient. Yeah, it's more efficient, but it's also just easier to make, because I want to make the corn. I actually want the corn to be used for our animal feed for our chickens. So that's the plan here. That means we need to go up here and replace this. These are making corn mash, and these are then. So we need to figure out how to make. I think it's in a food processor. Nope. How do we make sugar? Weird. Let's go this way. Let's go this way. Sugar. How do we make sugar? That one. Okay. Build it. And that is... Oh, there it is. Sugar. Doesn't need much water, so a little bit. And if we do this, then I am producing 12 sugar. And the sugar will then go into a fermentation plant, I believe. Yes. So 12, and this is 16, so if I take 3 of these, then that's 48, and if I take 4 of these, then it is also 48. So that means this will make 36. Currently I am only making 24. The 24 is just enough to get the 72 plastic going, but not really enough to get this one, 4.5. So I can't get all of it, but if I do this, then I get 36, which means I can keep the plastic as it is, get it to 72 plastic, which I think is nice. And then I can double this, make this into a chemical plant 2, which is twice as fast, and double up 2 more of these and 1 more of this. So the farm mine is now done. But this is both good and bad, because that means I need to go onwards to the more careful stuff. So what I've done is I am going to make the storage here, these 2, and I'm going to try to do it carefully. So the first things first, this only allowed to dump dirt in here. Yes, this one will go on an exclusive in here, so that it is exclusively only assigned go from this one. So the only thing that we can put in here is the stuff that comes from this box. This box is set to export, And this box here is set to low supply of gold. That low supply of gold is annoying. This one is set to import from all the other sources. So this is importing, pushing it into this one, and this one is exporting, but it's only allowed to export to this area. If I do that, will it then also complain? Truck has no possible excavator. I know, but I don't care. Huh. Maybe I also need to take these out and then assign them to this. Assign trucks. Let's try that. Ooh, wouldn't that be nice if I... Yeah, it would be nice if I had some big trucks. Yeah, just a few big trucks here. Doesn't matter. We'll try it. Let's try it. Let's try this one. So this is priority 9. And we can see that we're extremely busy for unknown reasons. This is not super transparent why. Let's have a look. We can do this and then see... Yeah, good old slag never fails. They slag and, well, now the dirt is also... And this stupid gold is still a problem here. We probably should do something about the gold. What I could do something is... It's because the gold is coming over here, so they need to be transferred from this location over to this location. I mean, that's really just buildable area, isn't it? I think I'm doing too many things at once, but I just completed a line over here. So we now take out all of the truckloads going with gold because it's just going to come from here and back here. That's fine. I could also move this over here, but then it would be a little bit annoying here. Ooh, we're also starting to stack up on stone delivery or wood deliveries. Oh, this one is unable to get there. Okay, this is interesting. And you have also been... You're done. So let's take you out. And that's going to be a little bit of a challenge here. And I want to do that one because that's 2.5 to remove 1,500. And I think those 1,500, they go somewhere else. This one should just be stacked up to get a little bit higher. The thing is, they are not able to consume fast enough. You cannot eject it fast enough. That's not really very fast. So this needs to be updated soon. But not right now. This one, is it working? No, it's not, because I haven't done the other part of it. But at least we're starting to get some products in here. Now, I will now landfill here. And I'll landfill out here because there's a little bit out there. But I will not landfill anywhere beyond that. There. Is this outside of the area? Oof, it is actually outside the area. That's kind of important. Let's make sure that this area stretches in here just to make sure that we don't accidentally put something bad in there. Okay, and that goes over here. And this area, but not this, because that will be bad. Good. And this here, I mean, I'm so tempting to do this, but I think it'll just overflow. I think these two are fine, but the next ones, they're not fine. We'll have to deal with that later. So the whole point of this, by the way, is because I want to be placing more farms here later on. So they are going out, and they are hopefully only doing this. Whew, I hope it. Gold, this one is just so annoying that we keep seeing it down here. But because you are ready to go. Let's get back to this one. I will be stopping the import here. I don't think I want to import. We are going to... I think this is going to be the same, right? 16 plus 16 plus 16, that's 48, and that'll be 2 of these. Yes, okay. So, this just needs to get a line inbound, and I think we can do it somewhat the same as this. I really just want to tear this down. Oh, this is getting biomass. Ugh, I don't like biomass. Yeah, should I take the biomass? Yeah, what I'm kind of wondering also, like, all of this should now be gradually transported over here. So if this one was... If I had unlimited transport, this one would just be a full green bar. But I don't. And this is why I've been saving up so much dirt in all of these containers just to fill this one in, because it's going to take a lot. Anyway, back to this one. We're going to go... Basically, it's going to be the same thing, right? I'll have a solid in and a liquid in, and I'll have here a consolidated. It's just exactly the same as that one. Okay, so this one is now revitalized. It's pretty much the same thing as we did before, but I think it's getting a little bit better. So we're now getting some sugar canes in here. Not a lot because too busy. That's something we definitely need to deal with. Then we're going to go in here. All of these will make some sugar and then some biomass. The biomass I've elected to convert it directly into compost and then just feed it over here to the compost, which will make it into dirt, which is a nice thing to have. I think that's the best thing. I mean, I can also burn the biomass, but then I don't need to transport it somewhere, and I don't really like that. Over here, this is updated to a level 2, and the other ones here are sort of chugging along, but they are lacking some plastic. The reason why they're lacking plastic is because they're lacking ethanol, and the ethanol is lacking some sugar, and now we're getting the sugar canes to turn into sugar, and then that should basically double our medical supplies. Look at that. I will be warning if less than 25, which means we get another warning for a little bit. We have a nasty thing here. I ran out or because we were too busy, then I wasn't getting any rubber in here, and that meant very quickly the electronics started declining. And yeah, this is problematic when we are producing 200 or 192 per minute, and we're consuming pretty close to that, I would say. Pretty close. So this is a problem. It's a threat, at least, to our part here. The next one is, this is the reason why we're not really transporting anything. We can simply not get rid of it fast enough, and that means it is time for us to overhaul the this part here. Basically what I want to do is I want to take all of these trains and make them into a 1-4 train. You can see all the trains have now been upgraded to a better diesel locomotive too, so they're better, they're faster, they are consuming more power, but they are better. And therefore what I want to do here, I want to just redo this a little bit so that we can get over here. Basically, the first thing I need to do is make sure that they don't send in more. Oh, I can't delete. There. And delete. And then they're going to complain. Yeah, they can't reach the destination. That's just too bad. But I need these trains to empty so I can revisit the station. I am going to use this curve. No, we can use this curve instead. That's fine. I'll go, of course, a little bit further out. So they can have room for more stations here. First, we need to unload this one. Then I'm going to actually take this station out. This station is not easy. This is like a factory way of thinking. But that's not how it works here. As long as the station, they'll park next to the places where they drop off, not necessarily next to anything else. So we should keep that in mind. I should actually also get it further in, I think. Because if I get it... Oh, this is weird. Okay, this is using all of these. Yeah, this one is just not empty yet. Okay, so if I move it over here, then I think we can do another design. This one will be twice as big, and then moved over here. So the new station is designed. We have this box. This box is disallowed to get anyone inbound or outbound. Everything will be manually. Oh, they can't drive past it. They will need to get a vehicle ramp, a big ramp here. There. And we'll also get it on another side. You know what? Just build the whole damn thing. How expensive is it? Oh, I didn't get all the way. Huh. Oh, now I'm getting a little bit worried whether I actually remembered all of it. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. There we go. And then let's... this one can also be taken out. And obviously this is a bad place to be. Oh, this is disallowing inputs. Maybe I am allowing inputs. I'm definitely disallowing exports. And let's go from here. And that will go hopefully inbound. And yeah. Trains are complaining. So now we built the train station. So they get in here. And then we built all of this. How much is that? 88. Okay, we barely have anything left. Good. And oh yeah, I need another bridge over here. I think that's... Or actually, should that just be a rail? I should do a rail crossing. I have not done a rail crossing. Ooh, let's do that. Now we hope that the trains will be able to figure out a way where they can want to go. Where do they want to go? They want to go to a station that doesn't exist anymore. Okay, so let's go in and see if we can see unload rock Station was destroyed. Well, let's just add another station to the group. There. And then we'll just set it up the same. All empty. Empty for all products, yes. And then I can destroy the old one. And then everyone's happy. Great. And high supply of rock is obviously a weird problem to have here. But we also need to expand the limestone, which is easy. So we'll just take a look at these things. It says the medical supplies. We can see that things are quieting down. Things are coming more under control here. We should be making more medical supplies. Plastic is still chugging along at a decent rate. It's producing 36, and if I look at this, it's 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6. That's 24. Plus another one that's actually 30. So technically a lot of the plastic is going to go in here. That will not happen for the beginning because it'll be evenly spread between all of these. Yeah, so most of it, until this one is full, I won't be able to produce a full amount here unless I sort of scale it up. But that means this is also why this is a little bit slow now, but things are working. We got all of the ethanol we need, and that's working fine. So what we want to do now, the last thing we want to do, now that we have changed the station and it works, but you can see that they're only unloading on the first stops. So I want to actually go in here, and where is it? There on the train schedule. I can go to trains, and then I can go in and replace this train. And what I can replace it with is one that has 2 more. And then I just do that for all of them. It's funny, I don't think I can do it for all of them, just do a template build. Replace all trains on this line. I can, of course I can in this, damn it. Of course I can. This is amazing. So, super nice. Good, so now they are all being replaced with a 4. So let's just wait until some of these get built. And once they get built, we can see if that actually works better. It also requires a larger train depot, which we have. And I think we already had a few of these extra ones stocked in here. And okay, we're going to be hitching a ride on this train because we love hitching a ride on the train because, yeah, obviously we do. So let's see how this will now load. It's actually half full, this one, or partially full. That's fine. And turn. No, it didn't turn. Where are you going again? You are heading to unload rock. Okay. Well, that's going to take a little bit of time. So we're going to be sitting here to unload rock. What I also want to do is I actually want to build another one for copper as well, because copper also needs to unload. So while these are being updated, we should also build a copper stone loading location. Obviously, you can see here, even if they could unload faster, it can't go in here because it's capped at 900 because I'm not using the front 2 wagons here. So we are now ready for also a copper build in here. There we go. And it's going to be hooked up onto the net. Ah, there's not enough unity. No, oh, I am too greedy on my builds. I'm building too much, or maybe I'm just pausing too much here. So what happens is that now I'm getting somehow I'm wrangling out 4 builds here. So we're definitely able to empty. Well, this is funny. Yeah, we can't. This is, I don't know. I don't want it there. Go away. So if we get a lot of stone, which we will, since we are going to be starting to mine the mountain here, then all of that stone will easily now be taken out on this path. And can I get you in, because I'm going to need it? And this one will now be called Load Copper Rock or Copper Mine, and then it'll go out on the belt. So how do we want to do this? We want to say this one should have a maximum of 2, because now the trains will also be bigger. Remember, they will, hopefully. Look at that. Look at a big train. We're going to see how that load. This one should also be 2. I think that's fine. And the third one, no, it's actually, I think it should be 3. 4? 4. Yeah, 4. And the other ones should be 3. So now we have 3 different locations that pick up. I like this. I like this. This is very nice to have a, the train network is gradually growing. Now we have 2 things transported and bigger trucks as well. Oh, don't pause. This one should be also 3. There. And this should be low supply of diesel. That's just this one. Uneven terrain. We always just ignore that. Then it never happens. Medical supplies, that's fine. This will gradually get there, I think. Well, it will, once this one is also filling up, the plastic one. So it will fill up. It'll be good. And then we go to our new station and see if we are here. Can we just get this one done? No, I can't. Why not? Insufficient materials. Oh, usually it says 3K, but now it just says 3. That's not enough. Okay, someone's been a little bit too greedy with the red construction parts. Well, the only one thing to do, and that's wait. While we wait, look at this crazy thing here. They have just flattened this mountain so quickly. Things are looking great now, and we have, this is the final train to be updated, so now all of our trains are 1-4 trains. They're gonna go road to load mine. This one is almost done, and how much do we need for this one to be done? Yeah, it'll get there very, very soon. And then we have this operational as well. Come on, you can do it. Let's also just... so this was working. This one is also working in the sense that we managed to completely get rid of this. So that will delete all of that road all the way over here. And that means now it's time for us to get this one in action. And that's the one we built at the beginning. It's just been idling for a long time, but now it's actually going to be working and it will be prioritized. So this one here will not be prioritized anymore. And I can now free up two additional Unity. That is amazing. Whew. That was like, we started with this and now we end with actually activating it because that's, and low supply of limestone, that's just supplies. Okay, and that was not a problem. Okay, so, and over here, there was a one teeny tiny belt that was misplaced, so that was, but that's working now and they are chugging along. Everything is looking great and we're finally getting some more here, and I think we're gonna get this one. Okay, so now we just have random things. This is because we're so busy, so random things will kind of not really keep up, but I know that it's going to get better because now they will not be spending so much time on working. You will see, there we go, there's very little rock that's being moved around. There's a lot of dirt that's being moved around, and that's because we're still landfilling this one for our fuel. Oh my god, what is this? Oh, right, because it's only like on a curve. Okay, whew, okay, I thought I was messing something up. But this is good. This is good. This is what they're going to be keep working on, and I will know that will be taking some strain because they're also getting like all of these. All of this would like to be moved in here, and it just can't for now. So we'll just leave it running for a bit, and then we'll be back in the next episode as we start taking up into more of a late game issues. We have finished most of the research we have available here, so maybe it's time to start looking at nuclear power, bauxite. There's some cool things, or computing. There's a lot of cool things, better pollution management, for example. There's a lot of good things that we can get into now. So let's take a look at that in the next episode. Until then, take care. Oh, by the way, all of my blueprints are of course available to patron supporters and save games as well. So if you want to play with this base and or optimize and show some cool things, or just steal some designs or whatever, you are welcome to do that, and that's available to patron supporters. So thank you everyone who is supporting on Patreon. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Until then, take care and stay effective.